All right, welcome back to the channel. I want to go over today some Trader Joe wine alternatives. Now, Trader Joe's has a pretty good selection of wine that is pretty comparable to a lot of different varietals at different price points, often in the cheaper range. And what I think is important is when you're looking at Trader Joe's wines, a lot of people will go to Trader Joe's, they'll find a wine they like and like, oh man, this is like a specific to Trader Joe's. There's actually a lot of varietals that I think offer a little bit more value, whether it be in price or in flavor, a little bit more dynamic of a flavor where Trader Joe's often has a lot of California-based wines. There's a lot of comparable price point wines that I think have a little bit more character, whether it be from California or outside of it, that I think you should be looking at. So I'm going to go through some common, popular Trader Joe's wines, and then give you some examples of wines that you might enjoy that aren't from Trader Joe's. So here we go. We're going to start out here with the Trader Joe's Merlot Coastal. So this one on Vivino, which is a great wine app, I would suggest. It is a 3.3 rating. It's rich in berry aromas with soft tannins, and it's aged in oak, so it has a little bit of round finish. So it's pretty much a middle of the road Merlot. It has a little bit of oakiness from the barrels it's aged in. It's made in the United States and the California Central Coast, and it is one that is pretty popular amongst Trader Joe's wine drinkers. So if you're looking for a Merlot alternative to that, you would be it would be great that if you tried this 2022 Redland Ranch Reserve Merlot. This is off of wineinsiders.com. They have it on sale. Usually it's $18.99. They are selling it for $15.99. It is from Saddlehorn Cellars. This is a 2022 vintage, and it is out of California. So they say for the description, it is a velvety black cherry hues and a complexity of Redland Ranch Reserve Merlot in this 2022 bottle. The lush red promises complex fruit and creamy dark chocolate aromas, followed by a palate bursting with punchy plum, cherry, and toasted spice notes. Its pleasantly dry character, medium to full body, and robust tannins provide structure, while the finish is smooth, lingering with subtle hints of blackberry. It's cultivated in an area with moderate summers, and this Merlot brings out the best in rich meat dishes, making it ideal for filet mignon, juicy burgers, or roasted lamb. I think this is a great option. It's a great vintage. It's cheap. It's out of California. It's like $2 more than the Trader Joe's version of Merlot, and I think it just offers a lot more complexity and depth of flavor when you're drinking it. So definitely check this out from Wine Insiders. It's the Redland Ranch Reserve Merlot Vintage 2022. Next up on the list is the Trader Joe's Platinum Reserve Paso Robles Cabernet Sauvignon. So this is a $15 Cabernet Sauvignon from the Paso Robles region of California. It is a very accessible price point bottle, and this one is pretty beloved. I've seen many people from Trader Joe's shoppers drink this wine. This one's from 2021. It has a pleasing aroma of dark fruit, a bit on the ripe side, plus baking spice, vanilla, and a little cigar box plus licorice on the nose. It is an easy drinking wine. You can pair it with different meals, and it has a little bit of tannic contributions to it. The tannics in it are a little bit sharp, and so it'll lend itself to an interesting, smooth, but it'll give you here and there a little bit of a challenge when you're drinking it. And so if we're looking at a $15 bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon, what I'm going to be looking at in alternative options is Harvester Cabernet Sauvignon Paso Robles, $15 bottle of Rhine. Now this one is interesting. This one comes from California as well. And it is a pretty accessible bottle of wine, an awesome label here, which is awesome to see. And this is just one coming out of the Austin Hope family of wines. Austin Hope, very, very renowned for their wine making, their ability to offer great quality wines. And so I think this one I actually like a little bit more. It has a very, smooth drinking body to it. It is not too harsh on the palate with the tannins. I actually think it's less tannic than the Trader Joe's option. So if you're looking for a comparable $15 bottle of a Cabernet Sauvignon out of the Paso Robles region, this is your best bet. All right, we're going to go on to the Platinum Reserve Brut Rosé Napa Valley Sparkling Wine. So you cannot call items like this champagne because it's not made in the Champagne region, but it is a champagne-style wine. And so they say here that this Platinum Reserve has all the hallmarks of a wine, double, triple, or even quadruple its price. Well-balanced and well-focused grapefruit and raspberry notes buoyed by cherry blossom aromas, sharing it with hors d'oeuvres, appetizers, or sipping in celebration of another year well done, a New Year's resolution. I like to go to Gruet for, bubblies, sparkling wines of this price point. I think Gruet is an accessible sparkling wine brand. And so this is made from the Method Champenois, It is a beautiful garnet color, as you can see here. Great look on the wine rack. And this Brut Rosé offers that bubbly, delicious, crisp sensation you would get out of a wine like this. And I just think it's really, really approachable. It has a 90 points on the tasting panel in the site. And it's one that I've had. Gruet is a great, they're not going to, blow you away, but they're an accessible sparkling wine that I think is really good for their price. So that's the alternative on that. Next up is a Compass Bridge Sonoma County Chardonnay 2023. This is a $9 bottle Chardonnay. This one has notes of pineapple, peach, and flavors of lemon zest and baking spice with a delicate vanilla finish. Great for grilled seafood and creamy breeze. It's a good wine. It's a $9 Chardonnay. It's approachable. It's a 2-year-old vintage wine. But I'm going to go with a Bishop Pine Chardonnay, California, out of the same vintage 2023. It's a $7 wine. This is one that I think you'd enjoy. It's a, quote, decadent aromas of baked stone fruit, pineapple, vanilla cream, and notes of nutmeg and apple butter on the nose of this wine. The flavors on the palate confirm the fruits on the nose, but add a mineral and vibrant concentrated finish. This is one that I personally like a little bit more if I like my Chardonnays from California to have a little bit more of a vanilla cream, stone fruit flavor and nose to them. The other one is a little bit more acidic. This is more of that vanilla baked stone fruit. I like this palette a little bit more, and it is $1 less. So this is my alternative pick for this Chardonnay at this price point. All right, we got a Co-Pilot Pinot Noir. Co-Pilot, very well known amongst Trader Joe's wine enthusiasts, specifically for this puppy right here on the label. And so very cool to see if you're a dog lover. This one is one that is going to be an expert balance of spice and red fruits. It is a silky smooth drinking experience according to Trader Joe's. And it is from the respective vineyard in Los Carneros region of Napa Valley, California. It's a good wine. It has, cherry and raspberry on it with earthy undertones. But one that I think that you'd really enjoy instead of that is the 2024 Les Fermiers Pinot Noir. This is only a $16.80 wine. This is through Wink, which was acquired by Full Glass Wine Company. They have an amazing selection of D2C wine brands. I would highly encourage you to check them out if you are looking for D2C wine brands. But for this one, 2024 Les Fermiers Pinot Noir, this is a touch of the French countryside to your table with a 2024 bottle. It's a classic Bramley red. It's certified sustainable, which is really awesome because it has lesser impact on the environment. And it features bright cherry and cranberry flavors. It's accented by soft vanilla and baking spice, and it offers a medium-bodied and round sipping experience. It's something you can enjoy on its own. It can be enjoyed with a cozy meal, and you can pair it with stuff like roast chicken, mushroom risotto, or a simple cheese board. If you compare, the Co-Pilot obviously has the dog on the bottle. The Fermier has this adorable pig on the bottle. So if you wanted a bottle with a cool animal on it, they both kind of match that. But I do think this has a little bit of a better Pinot Noir flavor. As you can see here, it has red cherry, cranberry, baking spice, and vanilla. And overall, it is a medium-bodied wine with a well-rounded flavor. Again, check out Le Fermier, owned by Full Glass Wine Company, a great D2C option for you. And they have a ton of options comparing against Trader Joe's selections, and all of it can be delivered directly to your door. Next is we have the Charles Shaw Sauvignon Blanc. So this is a delightful surprise, they say. It has juicy pear, grapefruit, green apple, and it's balanced with subtle hints of fresh cut grass and white flowers and bright acidity. Charles Shaw, their label is great. I think it's a good value. It's a $4 wine, so it's very cheap. So I do want to point out that this alternative bottle is a little bit of higher price point, and I do think, though, that's for good reason. The issue with cheaper Sauvignon Blancs is they can kind of have a overly grassy taste to them, especially if it's a lower quality wine. And so I would recommend, if you are new to Sauvignon Blanc, going for something a little bit like still within this, $5 to $15 price point, but a little bit higher, a little more at the upper end of the $15 price point, so that you have a good experience. And so I would recommend the 2025 Finca Magnolia Sauvignon Blanc. This is actually from Argentina. It is a 2025 vintage, and it is a really awesome bottle. You can see here it has this wonderful design. It'll look great in your wine rack or in your wine cellar. And so for this is in Mendoza's first zone, where warm afternoons ripen from the fruit, and cool evening breezes lock in freshness, Sauvignon Blanc develops striking aromatics and lively character. This wine brims with citrus and ripe peach on the nose, unfolding into a bright, balanced palate with crisp acidity and a clean, elegant finish. Its refreshing style pairs beautifully with oysters, ceviche, grilled lemon herb chicken, and goat cheese salads, making it a versatile choice for a range of meals. I can't stress this enough. Sauvignon Blanc isn't one of my favorite varietals. I've had some that are good, and I've found that spending a little bit more on an alternative to the Trader Joe's version will get you a long way. And so I would highly suggest off of Wine Insiders this bottle that's usually at $15.99 and is now sitting at $12.99. The Finca Magnolia Sauvignon Blanc 2025 from the Mendoza region in Argentina. So this one is awesome. It is a $20 bottle. So if you're going into Cab Sauv, $20 bottle, this is probably going to be the one that you find at Trader Joe's. The Diamond Reserve gives it a little bit more of an elegance. And so this one has splashes of Petit Verdot in it to boost the spice, coffee, and tobacco notes. It has a touch of Merlot, so it adds a balance and a silky finish. It's aged for 14 months in French and American oak barrels, and it is something that has a bold and complex flavor. So it's nice. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It has a little bit of Merlot, a little bit of Petit Verdot. They do that sometimes to make a little bit different flavors for a wine. So if you're looking for a Cabernet Sauvignon to rival that, I would go off of Wine Insiders, which is a great site. It's a great service for if you're interested in wine at all. And they offer a 2022 Seven Rivals Cabernet Sauvignon. They actually have it off from $21.99 to $16.99, so matching that price point of the Diamond. It is a bottle from California, and the description here shares that prepare to meet your match with Seven Rivals, a bold California Cabernet Sauv. With full-bodied character and an irresistible profile of black plum, black currant, and black cherry, it's a dark fruit lover's dream. A touch of eucalyptus adds intrigue, while its long, lingering finish ensures every sip is a memorable victory. And they say to pair it alongside pasta with red sauce, a juicy cheeseburger, or smoky barbecue ribs. It is one that proves that some battles are won at the table, one glass at a time. I think I've had Seven Rivals. I think they're great. I also love their design. I mean, the bottle design is just awesome. It's a cool dragon and just a lot going on the bottle. It looks great in a wine cabinet. And for the fact that they have it on sale is awesome on Wine Insider. So I would say that this is a great alternative to the Trader Joe's version that we just went over. But the king, in my opinion, of the $20 bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon is Kendall Jackson. I've actually been able to visit their facility. I love it. What a great facility they have out in California in the Sonoma region. And so this wine has black cherry, blackberry, and chocolate aromas with hints of dried culinary herbs. It provides a fruit-forward, savory profile. This is the classic sipping Cabernet Sauvignon. Can be paired with meats and different meals as well. Is it a great option for those looking for a $20 bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon, and I highly, highly recommend. All right, next up is a fun one. This is our last one. It's the La Burgundy Crémant de Bourgogne, if I can say that correctly. And so this is a sparkling wine made in the same way that they would make champagne, the Méthode Traditionnelle. Like I said before, they can't technically call it champagne because it's not from the Champagne region. There's a lot of different rules that goes with that. But this is a blend. So a lot of sparkling wines like a champagne are blended wines. And so this has Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Gamay, and Aligoté grapes. And it has a mildly fruity flavor with fine bubbles. This one is really nice, and it's a little less pricey. It's only $12. I'm going to recommend two here. So this is almost $2 cheaper. This is a Corbel Extra Dry. It's a really nice Method Champenois wine out of California. It's a perfect complement to everyday celebrations. It is a dry sparkling wine with citrus, vanilla, and spice flavors. So it really lights up and bounces off the palate. And then finally, my last recommendation, the alternative, is La Marca Prosecco. This is one of the more famous Proseccos at this price point. It's Italian made. It's America's #1 Italian Prosecco. You really can't go wrong. It's crisp. It's clean. It has citrus, honeysuckle, blossoms, all these different wines. And it's just a great alternative. So that being said, those are my picks for the top Trader Joe's wine alternatives. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have any picks for any alternatives, and let us know what you enjoy drinking.